Welcome back once again to M&A Ambassadors, Becoming the USP, the Ultimate Sales Professional. Now, quick review of what we've done so far. The Straight Line Selling System by Jordan Belfort. Great book. You should have picked it up by now if you've been watching the episodes regularly. If not, still go for it. Guaranteed great read, opening your mind to some new concepts. Now, we also understood that in the straight line system, there are the 4 S's that are very important: the structure, the sequence, the script, and then the syntax. So on this video, I'd like to talk about the syntax and summarize the 4 of them. Now, what is a syntax? A syntax is an arrangement of words, phrases, or sentences so that you can convey the right kind of message. It's not randomized sentences to describe something. So if I had to ask you to describe an apple, very simple. I could have a random approach, or I can format and create a nicely worded, powerful sequence of words that will give the right description to the apple. A syntax does exactly that. It's a collection of words and phrases, as well as being a collection of sentences logically following each other. So the syntax becomes the body of the script. But because it is put together in a logical manner, the sequence is already taken care of, which we talked about in previous episodes. And when the syntax builds the script to be logical in sequence, you have honored the structure of the process, and you will remain on the straight line to getting the deal closed. Now, the syntax becomes important because we understand that humans today do not respond to your words as the salesperson. This is in actually any human conversation, not just sales, 2 friends talking to each other. But in the context of sale, what we want to be careful about is that the words I use and the sequencing of them is creating an internal dialogue in the client's mind. Now, the client is responding or reacting to the internal dialogue and not to your words. Therefore, it becomes important that we create the right kind of internal dialogue. So the purpose of my syntax is not to just communicate. It is to create a certain internal dialogue that works in my favor when I'm going to start opening the selling conversation and intelligence gathering. So let me give you an example of this internal dialogue. I did say it 3 episodes earlier. Let's say I'm a salesperson and I'm calling somebody and I say, "Good morning, my name is Anand and I'm calling from ABC industry," whatever it may be. What's the first thing that comes into the mind of the listener, the client? Another sales guy. So now what's going to happen is when the internal dialogue is another one of those guys interrupting my day, they will go into negative space and they're going to tell you, "I'm not interested, I'm busy right now." The "I'm not interested" and "I'm not busy" did not come to your words. Please understand that. Your words created a secondary language in his head and he's reacting based on that. On the other hand, let me give you another positive example. Let's say I called someone, his name is Ahmed. I would simply say, "Hi Ahmed." Now, what is the secondary language in his head at this moment? Who is this person? Do I know him? And so they're curious, so they stay in the conversation. Now, they're not staying because I said, "Hi Ahmed." They're staying because of the secondary language pattern that got created, which is, "Do I know this person? Have we met before?" Now, because of that, they are with you and they say, "Okay, who's this?" And then I could use a second pattern where I use the confident flat. I say, "It's John." Now, again, what is the secondary pattern created now in his head? John from? So he's even more curious. So you see, I've moved from a place where the client has said, "I'm not interested" or "I'm busy right now" to "Who's this?" and "John from?" So this was created because my syntax, the way I arranged my words and the sequence, actually shaped a different kind of internal dialogue. And it is that dialogue that now gets him to respond to me. So the whole purpose of using syntaxes in the script is to engineer an internal conversation that is positive and in my favor. In the straight line selling, Jordan actually gives you some examples of how to create these kind of scripts and syntaxes. It's in the book. Those of you who still haven't bought it, you need to pick it up. I'm not promoting the book. I'm trying to help you get to the next level in your selling engagement. So please pick up the book because the structure and the syntax is spoken about. If you are randomized in your approach, there is no way you can stay in control and be on the straight line, and you're definitely not creating the internal dialogues that will help you as you move along the straight line towards closing the deal. So take care of these 4 S's: the structure, the sequence within the structure, the script used in the sequence, and the syntax, which is the arrangement of the words, phrases, and statements within your script to stay on the straight line and move you towards closing the deal. Thank you for joining us on this episode of M&A Ambassadors Becoming the USP, the Ultimate Sales Professional.